Hi everyone, happy winter solstice. My name is Salwa. I'm one of the manifestation coaches here at To Be Magnetic, and today I want to talk to you about my destructive friend, perfectionism. I think we've all been here before, and I've come to define perfectionism as a loop of being out of alignment with our authentic selves and setting unrealistic high expectations on the way that we show up, the things that we say, our level of productivity, and doing that all to ensure that we are enough, because perfectionism is just a shield against rejection, okay? And to quote one of my expanders, rejection is just waiting for someone to affirm you. So therefore, perfectionism is just a low self-worth loop and coping mechanism to ensure that we get external validation. And why this is so important and why I'm so hyped about this is because our authentic selves and our playful inner child cannot bloom inside the restriction of perfectionism. It just cannot. It's not possible. We cannot be overly consumed with what people might think, how we need to show up, am I going to make a mistake? And also listen and be connected to our intuition, our innate knowing, our authentic codes and our core needs. And I talk to my clients, take inventory of your authentic codes. Where's perfectionism not allowing them to thrive? And I say this because 2 days ago, I was on a FaceTime call with our other coach, Atara, and a friend of mine, and I was talking about my new code, ease, right? And he's like, girl, is it easeful to try and be perfect and make sure everyone likes you and to play small because you're so scared what you might do or what people might think? And no, it's not easeful. It's the complete opposite of that, right? And freedom is something a lot of us, some form of freedom is in most of our codes, right? And the ultimate freedom, though, and why we are here is to show up as ourselves, right? That is the most magnetic energy that we can embody, is just being us and realizing that we are deeply human, which means we will make a mistake. We will say the wrong thing. Someone might not like what we say. The universe is going to bring us something into our lives that our perfectionism mind cannot handle or control. Not everyone is going to like us. And guess what? You are not for everybody. And it sucks because it's been a gut-wrenching, thing for me as well. Like, what? I want everyone to like me. Sweet spot. Everyone is great. But guess what? It's exhausting and it's incredibly impossible, because that would mean that I would need to show up as infinite versions of myself that are all dishonest. And who is that really serving? It's not serving anyone. And also, when our brain is dominated by this perfectionism conditioning, it actually puts us in a state of paralysis, because we're so worried about how it's going to be perceived or how we're going to show up that it actually, robs us of taking any actual step forward. Okay, so for some action steps. Grab your journal, start a new page, and I want you to list out all of your authentic codes, okay? And I want you to ask yourself and journal about where perfectionism is not letting these codes thrive, and where you are judging other people and yourself who are not meeting these standards, okay? 2, if you are able to get a picture of yourself or print a picture of your childhood self, I want you to print it out and stick it on this page. And the reason behind this is I want this to be a reminder that this loop of perfectionism is just perpetuating and retelling and demanding the same conditioning and stories and rules that your inner child had to play by in order to be loved. And that is not why we're here. That is not the case anymore. We are reprogramming your subconscious mind, and you get to write the rules of how you show up that is most authentic to you. And 3, I want you to get to the root of what is protecting the shadow. So what is feeding this perfectionism? And for me, it was the fear of being done, not being liked, being in school and getting, not the best grades, or having my teachers shame me in front of the class for saying the wrong thing. So that is like the shadow, right, of me being inferior and like being afraid that someone's going to think that I'm stupid. And so my perfectionism comes into play to protect me from that. I'm going to be perfect so no one thinks I'm stupid. Okay? And I'm going to be, I'm going to have really high expectations so that I make up for any mistake that I might make. And so after you've done all of that, I want you to go into the daily practice and connect with the authentic code DI, the authentic self DI, and the reinforcing authentic codes DI to really practice embodying who you really are. And then also using the shadow and inner child integration to integrate the shadow that you find that is feeding the loop of perfectionism. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I can't wait to chat with all of you.